Jareg, whatever you want to call him. Somebody asked me to show him my setup, and I'm going to tell you, as a player and as I might make videos. I make videos as if you are just an ordinary player. You don't pay for a lot, so I don't have over the top gear on anybody. And this is basically how I set up my J rig, and he works very well. First of all, I focused on HP and I focused on accuracy. And I put him in reflex gear so that he has a chance of lowering the cooldown on his. He only has two abilities that he uses: his A1, which is really good, and then his A2, which applies defense on everybody. So I want that to come up as often as it can. So I'll go ahead and show you my total stats. I have 61,000 HP, which is really good, and I have 253 accuracy, which is pretty good too. And the reason I focused on HP and accuracy is because I want him to live, and I also want his A1 to stick whenever it hits, because his A1 is decreased attack 50%, which is awesome in Clan Boss because it makes his hits hit for half the damage. So he's really good in Clan Boss. He's very end game viable. I probably should work on his defense and his speed some, but you know, I didn't. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you his skills. Now that we're talking, his A1, which is probably one of the best A1s that you could get defense wise, and it's a decreased attack. Um, the decreased attack by 50% is a game changer in Clan Boss. If you don't have a decreased attack, then you may be hurting. There's several characters out there that have it. You have Tyrell, you have rear guard sergeant, and even you have the rare coffin smasher who does it on his A1. So all of those characters are really nice for Clan Boss. The A2 is what to me takes and puts Jareg over the top, and that's because it is the ally protection slash increased defense 60%. Man, that skill right there will help sustain your team with the mix of the 50% attack down and 160% increased defense. He is probably one of the best defensive champions out there. This right here will happen every 3 turns for you. That's one of the reasons that I put the reflux gear on him, is so that will tone down. His passive is also extremely nice. If you look at his passive, he does a 15% continuous heal on it. It lasts for 1 turn, but he does that every time a character loses 20% of their HP. So that also helps sustain your team. So they lose 20% of their HP, he pops that on there so that whenever they come up, they gain 15%. So he's a great sustain character. He helps keep your character alive. His aura is also really nice because he gives you 33% HP in every battle that you put him in. So as far as defensive characters go, Jareg is probably, him, rear guard sergeant are really up there just because of his A1 and A2. So that's how I showed you the artifacts, and then I'll go to my masteries, and I'm going to show you what I focused on. I basically went down the support chain, gave him as much accuracy as possible, and then these are the two big things that help you out. You've got max hexer, because you want to, every once in a while, it'll pop up for 3 turns whenever you have attack down instead of just 2, which is nice because it pretty much keeps it on him 100% of the time. And then here you could get 3 turns instead of 2 on the ally protect and defense. So those 2 right there, even it's only a 30% chance, but whenever it hits, it sure does help. So those 2 right there, and then with the I went down the offensive tree, and I ended up with War Master so that you could get some bonus points whenever you're doing Clan Boss. And basically, I just use him in Clan Boss, but there's other areas, like I said. He's not quite Tyrell, but as far as a defensive champion goes, he's really up there. So, there you have it.